reflects towards our father or mother. If we find ourselves in a relationship with our parents where we feel judged constantly or we feel our best is never good enough, there is a high probability that what is being is our belief within ourselves. Whatever you are getting from your parents is something very complicated. Let's say parents are criticizing you, parents are scolding you, parents are telling you are not good enough, parents are beating you, parents are judging you. Right? There is a high probability that it's not the parents what they are just reflecting your own beliefs. Making sense? So this is very important to understand because most of the trauma comes from parents. The judgments towards our parents. Not about parents, the judgment what we have towards them. And this is what is trying to make us run for something higher or something peaceful. And once we feel that it's very beautiful, we can feel peace. Or that we may not have accomplished. And most of the time I feel like, whatever I do, I feel that I never accomplished something. I have done my engineering. I felt that I'm still not good enough. I need to do an MBA. I have done MBA, still I felt I'm not good enough. I need to do something for my parents so that I can get appreciation from them. Bought them a home. Felt I'm not good enough. Probably still my father is not accepting me. Still there is something lack inside me. My guru is not accepting me. Still there is something lack inside me. I need to improve. I need to push. I need to accomplish. I need to achieve. I need to be successful. This whole thing is coming from that deep inner child, deep childhood patterns. Like, whenever you get 90 marks, parents will tell, why didn't you get 99? You came second in running. Parents will tell, why didn't you go first? So there is a deep longing for that acceptance and appreciation and approval. So these things, what happens is this become our nature. And wherever we go, we are trying to project this. So you are feeling comfortable? Is it too hot?
No, I never.
Okay.
Because
Fine. So this is something which we have to recognize. What are the patterns which we are trying to repeat? What we are longing from parents. So whatever we are longing from parents, we are longing from universe. Longing from the people around us. So just try to recognize. So write down positive and negative words to describe your parents or the people who mostly raised you when you were a child. So you can have some 3 positive things. What you look at your mother, and write down like this. Father. Like 1, 2, 3 positive, 3 negative. And similarly for father. 1, 2, 3, 3 positive, 3 negative. Be honest. ये one restriction. Want to write more, also you can write. 5, 10, whatever is coming to mind, don't write. There is no restriction on the number. You done, everyone? What you perceive, what you see then. If you are done, you can go to the next question. Like, what would I say to my parents if I had only 1 minute left?
1
minute left. What would I say to my parents if I had only 1 minute left? Next minute, if I am going to die, what am I going to say to my parents?
Come again.
If you have only 1 minute left to die, say 2-3 minutes or whatever, final moments, you want to tell something. So, what is it that you want to tell your parents, both mother and father? You can do the same in that. Feel courageous enough to go deeper and find your true feelings. If you are done, you can go to the next question. What I would like to hear from my parents in the last minute of my life. What I would like to hear from my parents in the last minute of my life. What I want to hear from them. The second question is what you want to say. And the third question is what I want to hear. want something. It's okay to cry, it's okay to feel, it's okay to feel that emotion line. Feel completely comfortable in feeling the emotion. You are safe here. Face the emotion, sit and cry, face it, no problem. Whatever is coming, allow it. Allow it to happen. Don't deny it. Embrace it. Whatever pain, something is happening inside your body, embrace the pain. Whatever is happening, embrace it. Don't deny it. Good. Done? Yeah. So we move ahead. Great. Nice. People have done a good job, which was very important for us to recognize and become aware of. Nice, good job. You can give a shabash to yourself, appreciate yourself for being courageous enough. And the sixth mirror reflects towards the quest for darkness, right? The dark night of the soul. And some people raise their hands that they had experienced some time in their life, the darkest days. So this is a mirror. This mirror is an opportunity to lose everything we held dear in life and see ourselves truly naked as we came. This dark night, this darkest days, it's an opportunity for us to lose everything what we have built. So struggling so hard, and as we climb out of the abyss that is left after the loss, everything we held dear, we see ourselves in a new way. This is where we find ourselves, our highest levels of mastery. Like, when we fall deep into that abyss, what do you call it in Hindi? Valley, yeah, valley. Khai. When you fall deep down there, broken hands, full of wounds, and again you slowly pick yourself up, step by step. Like, step by step, you walk again like a baby, you again want to rebuild yourself. Did anyone had experienced those things, those times in life? Beautiful. Can you share? Some things like, how you, when you were deep down and, how you had fought and, struggled and, how you again.
Like dark phase of
life. Yeah.
It can be anything like finance or anything?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay. So, no, that's fine. My voice is audible.
Yeah.
Like I had earned quite well in the sense I never had to give money at home. So whatever I earned from my good job, I had it with me, and I purchased gold, so much gold because I knew otherwise I would just waste in shopping unnecessary things. But there there were days when that phase came when someone stolen my money or something like that, and in order to fill that gap from whom that money got stolen, I had to repay that, by selling my all gold. So I was not left with even 1 gram of gold what I had purchased. While I had purchased around 10 lakhs of gold, that much of gold I had. And now there were days when all gold was lost. I had nothing that I earned and kept with me, and neither I gave to my parents nor I had it with me. So I was in so much frustration that I lost all things. But then, and then apart from that, the thing was like, I was struggling to get a good job now. I had even lost that. So, and it's not that I was not educated to get a good job, but then the phase was such that I was not getting it somehow. But then I feel that this dark phase of my life, even though it feels like dark when you are actually in that phase, when you don't have a penny. But then when I see, or I used to see that time and I see today, that dark phase has given me so much, so much. Spiritually, I entered into, like, I knew meditation and all from before, but then in those years when I was in that dark phase, I progressed in meditation actually. So that dark phase is not actually a dark phase, but it is a very nice phase for me.
Thank you for sharing. Anyone in this room be comfortable in sharing had attempted suicide? Yes.
I don't know. When
Ah.
I was in the life, I just
Yeah.
tried to get attention of my parents. So
Hmm.
it took me more.
Yeah. And anyone else had attempted, wanted to attempt suicide during some time in their life? And try to. It's not about the story behind. I want you to feel like what is the feeling, what are the fears, what you are really feeling at that time. Right? It's more about that from the heart. Hmm? Can you just go back to that moment and share how you are feeling?
This is my life story. When I was small, 2.5 years old, I lost my mother. So my father got a second marriage. So सबको मालूम है स्टेप मदर रहेगा तो बच्चा का वो बेबी का हालत क्या होता है तो सबको मालूम है. So she was ill-treated like anything. So I was very much fond about reading. Extracurricular activities सब में मुझे part लेना था.
Yeah, it's okay. But what I wanted you
No.
to go is like not why that happened,
Okay,
what that
okay,
happened,
okay,
but
okay.
your feeling, your core feeling, like
Yeah.
you went deep down,
Yeah.
and how you brought yourself out.
Okay. So because of this unwanted situation, so I got failed mark in 10th standard. So everybody was pointing me that because no one was knowing the value of books in my family that time. So I was very much fond about reading books, good books. So ये हमेशा बुक पढ़ती है कुछ ना कुछ बुक पढ़ती है पढ़ाई का बुक छोड़ के इसलिए फेल हो गया. No one was ready to accept and understand my feeling, inner feeling क्या था. So I didn't attempt any suicide, but I was thinking to do that. So मेरे लिए कोई नहीं था क्योंकि मेरा डैडी जॉब में जाता था वो भी मेरे अगेंस्ट था तो हमेशा मेरे लिए बातचीत करने के लिए कोई नहीं था. नो वन वाज देयर टू शेयर विद मेरा फीलिंग इनर फीलिंग है वो फील करने के लिए शेयर करने के लिए कोई नहीं था. सो आई फेल्ट दैट आई वाज अलोन इन द एंटायर वर्ल्ड. ऐसा मेरा सिचुएशन था. सो मुझे कोई नहीं था एकदम डार्क था पूरा अंधेरा एकदम डार्क था. तो उसमें जाके मैं कैसा ये करूँ तो आई डोंट एक्चुअली मुझे वॉक करने के लिए भी ताकत नहीं था. खाना खाने नहीं होता था स्लीप नहीं होता था. आई बिकम वेरी थिन. आई लॉस्ट माई हेयर एट द एज ऑफ 15. सो एवरीबडी वाज एक्चुअली पॉइंटिंग मी ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है बट नो अप्रिसिएशन नथिंग. सो आई वाज थिंकिंग बिकॉज देयर वाज एन previous incident in my life. My mother committed कमिटेड सुसाइड, शायद हो सकता है उसका जो है ऐसा भी हो सकता है. So but I don't know how to commit suicide, but I didn't want to live. तो वो सिचुएशन में by God's grace that the universe taught me through lot of positive books and through lot of good association of people, and I started to do meditation and all when I was doing in my first year graduation. From that day to now, अभी तो वो कितना मैंने फील किया वो I have no words to express. But now अभी मेरा कॉलेज मेरा entire native place is a small village. So I was the first graduate. So अभी मेरा नाम के पीछे 4 डिग्री है. So अभी बोलता था ना इसको कोई शादी नहीं कर सकता है, मम्मी नहीं है, क्या क्या नेगेटिविटी मेरा इसमें आता था. So in that time I felt हाँ ठीक है मेरा लाइफ में जीरो, तो मैं अंदर गया. फिर अभी बोलेगा तो मेरा गांव में सबसे बड़ा सन-इन-लॉ मेरा आदमी है, मतलब हाईली एजुकेटेड, इतना बोल सकता है. But now I am sharing, but that time at the age of 15, then मेरा confidence, self confidence was zero. No appreciation, nothing, due to lack of love and caring. इतना ये था. मेरा क्या मालूम है यूनिवर्स इतना बोल सकता है, दूसरा कुछ बोल नहीं सकता है. वो यूनिवर्स मेरे थ्रू अच्छा पॉजिटिव बुक्स, थ्रू द सिद्धास, योगीज, फोर फादर्स, अपना जो स्पिरिचुअल फोर फादर्स, थ्रू स्टिल दे आर गाइडिंग. So that is the reason why I am here today. So thank you so much.
Thank you for
So I can able to understand easily the feeling and pain of others. That's why I become very strong now. So thanks to the universe.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing. So everyone might have undergone these days sometime or other. Maybe you had loved a girl and she rejected, or maybe you did not get the job, or maybe parents have scolded you, maybe you did not get enough marks, and you wanted parents' attention. Whatever the reasons, just try to go back to those days and reflect what fears it generated inside you. Right? Basically, there can be some fears which is coming out, which is coming and being shown. We recognize those fears. Like some examples might be fear of trusting someone. Like when something happens, we cannot. Like someone betrayed us, and during those days, we are trying to go back into that fear. Okay, now I need to trust, and I could not trust. It's like fear of surrendering. You don't want to accept life. Right? There is something fear which is getting generated. Fear of surrendering. You are very much unsafe, insecure, and you cannot surrender. Or it can be a fear of not being good enough, like you shared, okay, like you also shared, fear of not being good enough. See, I did not get enough marks. See, I cannot win my parents' approval. Parents, this thing, and I am not good enough. Fear of shame, I cannot sustain that shame. Like sometimes what you have to do is to sustain that shame, to compensate that shame. You try to study well, you try to earn more degrees, this and that. But may I ask you one question?
Yeah.
Do you go back to this feeling again and again sometimes?
No.
You don't.
No.
And sometimes
Not
beautiful. That's beautiful. And also it can be fear of abandonment. Like let's say your mother had committed suicide and left you. During that time you felt again you are abandoned. You understand? This fear of abandonment is coming up. It comes to me every day actually, fear of abandonment. Like I feel people will abandon me, people will.
But still I have no fear of water because my mother वो पानी में मतलब वेल में घूमने करके still whenever I go to the sea and all मुझे पानी में भी थोड़ा डर लगता है.
We will understand more about it. Like we'll touch upon a concept called entanglements. So probably tomorrow it might happen, but there we will touch upon all these entanglement stuff and we will release those entanglements from our parents and ancestors. And here we will more be in this exercise will be more self-reflective, and it can be fear of abandonment, or it can be fear of separation, or any other fear. which is coming up. Like, fear, you lost most of the things. What is that fear which is coming up? What is the fear? So try to recognize that fear and write down that fear in those dark days. Just reflect upon it. Making sense? So दिल से सुना तो सब समझ में आ जाएगा. If you try to put more thinking and intelligence, it is more difficult. But try to. This whole workshop is about heart. So try to feel from heart and try to recognize. Recognize the fears and also recognize how you have healed these fears. What steps you have taken. What are the masteries or whatever the learnings you heard somewhere. What are the positive thoughts you had used, and what are the books you had referred, and what, like you shared, like I read these books, and how you had healed, how you had come out of this deep darkness. Try to look within and try to remember some instances in your life where you had struggled through that. I'm sure everyone might have undergone one day or other these things, but for us to just reflect upon this whole process and how we had again lifted up ourselves. Like I written one quote some time back. Mostly the dark night of the soul is about again feeling your parts of self-esteem which you had lost. The parts of you. The pieces of your self-esteem, the pieces of yourself, are trying to collect back and make it a piece, make it group together. So how you had again brought back these parts of happiness, or again brought back love in your life, or again brought back money in your life, or anything else. So try to reflect and write down. Making sense for everyone?
Yeah.
Making it understandable? If you have questions, please ask. And one more thing I would like to share here is, most of the times these situations can get us into something called negative cycle, where we can again fall down and create more karma. Most of the times people who kill or rape or do some crimes, all those things are because they could not sustain this pain. They cannot feel abandoned. They cannot feel rejected. How you reject me, I will throw acid on your face. So this can go that side, or they can go and become addicted to some people. And like Karna in Mahabharata, right? Karna was abandoned as a child. He was thrown away into water because her mother had a premarital child. His mother had a premarital child. He was abandoned. Now he don't have anyone for him. And when Duryodhana had offered friendship, he became addicted to Duryodhana. He knows Duryodhana is doing wrong, but the fear of abandonment is too heavy, too high, and that made him close his own eyes. That made him close his own eyes towards the truth. Most of the times we do that. Sometimes we get into toxic relationships, abuse relationships, or with friendships, or with business partners, or friends, whoever. Just to earn that love, just to earn that acceptance, just to earn that approval. Little bit, someone nice. I see most of these young people nowadays, even in my office. I know some people, how bad they are, how manipulative they are, but they again go and attract to those people. Because they are just giving that space to them. And then they become addicted and they get into problems, relationships, this and that. But this is very important for us to heal that fears. and how you have done breathing exercise and through meditation. So, and then now you said, I can feel the pain of others. Now that fear had turned into compassion. Right? That's what this is about. Hmm? So how you have transformed these fears into compassion. And when you heal fears, you feel compassionate. When you don't heal fears, you feel angry. Hmm? And that's where you go into negative karma or negative cycle. It gets repeated again and again. Making sense to everyone?
Yes.
Noted down? Beautiful. So reflects back towards our self-perception. So here what you can do is, in your personal life, you can take some aspects like body shape. What you feel about your body, what you think your body is. Like I feel my stomach is bulging, and Shashiji also said many times to me, right? If you want to get married, you have to go to gym and work on the stomach, and right? It's a perception. This is something about body shape, body weight. We have some perception about our body weight, right? And our academics, students, like you have some perception about your own academics, business, or athletics, or even spiritual achievements. Third eye. I don't have a third eye. I feel very less accomplished. Someone has a third eye. Someone has this, that. Right? So, what is your perspective about your spiritual achievements? And whatever is coming to your mind, note down. Like, what do you think about yourself? Try to note down. It's better to note down itself. Like each category. How is your body shape? Whatever coming in, just ask, how is my body shape? I'm fat. Fat. How is my body weight? I'm overweight. I'm lean. Whatever is coming. Or even I'm beautiful. Write down. It's about seeing the truth. Academics. I get good marks. I don't get good marks. I don't get what I deserve. Business. My revenue is too low. My revenue is too high. Employees don't listen to me. All these perspectives. Your athletic, I think I don't see any athletics here. Spiritual achievements, like I don't get mental keys, I don't communicate with angels, or I did not conduct these many classes as these are doing. Whatever you are thinking about these perceptions. What is your perception about yourself? I'm mean, I'm jealous, or I'm insignificant, I'm this, I'm that. You have a lot of these things. I am things, right? I'm depressed or I'm angry. I don't have anyone loving me. No one loves me. I'm not good enough, I'm not loved, I'm not cared, I'm not respected. Be truthful. Whatever is inside your heart, we recognize. Through recognition, through acknowledgement only we can heal. And what we hold ourselves accountable to. And what are the adsticks? What are the metrics You have this metrics to accomplish this, right? Let's say my body weight is too high. So I need to be 80 or 70. Now I'm 95. So 80 is my average. Right? And body shape or body color, right? And probably someone else can feel I'm not white, I'm not colorful, right? I don't have good body shape, body fitness. So you are having some comparison to something. You are comparing yourself to something, right? Let's say Fair and Lovely ka Yami Gautam. I'm not like Yami Gautam, right? Or I'm not like Katrina Kaif. Or I'm not like Hrithik Roshan. Body, I don't have body of Hrithik Roshan. So you are comparing. Your role model is Hrithik Roshan. So there's the thing. You are trying to recognize your self-perception, and you know what is that thing. What is that yardstick? What is the measurement for you to have this self-perception? Whether you are superior or whether you are inferior. So based on what you are measuring that, based on what you are measuring this success or failure, based on what you are measuring that I am wealthy or unwealthy, based on what you are measuring I am beautiful or not beautiful, based on what you are measuring I am loved or not loved, based on what you are measuring, like, try to go deeper and think, analyze, understand. Making sense to everyone?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just
What will
recognize
happen
it.
if we analyze that based on what we are?
We recognize this part. We recognize. Okay, we recognize. Because of this, I am trying to do like this. Because let's say my father told I am stupid, so I want to prove I am not stupid. So I will study more. So when my perspective is I am a good student, right? Or I am a bad student. Whatever is coming to my mind. And then while say why I am a good student or why I am a bad student, based on what? My father has to tell me. So when my father did not tell I am a good student, I need to strive more and struggle more. So my father is a yardstick. I recognize that. So once I recognize that, then the next step is something else happens. We see our locus of control is something somewhere else. First we recognize that. So someone else is controlling. Hrithik Roshan is controlling whether I am fit or not. Yami Gautam or Katrina Kaif is telling I am beautiful or not. So we have a lot of comparisons. My school friend, in my school there is what rank you get? What about you? You get rank? No. You get first rank. Really? Nice. So there is a rank system, right? Let's say you first. So what you are trying to beat then? When you get first, what do you want to do? How many marks you get? 95. So you strive for 100. See, 100 is my yardstick. If I get 100, I have done that. Right? So that's what you are striving for it. There is something called perfection striving. You keep striving for that perfection. So what is that perfection? Define that perfection or define that